This one has there's different things I could use. This is called no-sew basting tape. What it is a very thin, super lightweight, and only 1/8 of an inch wide. And what I do is place this. What happens is, you know how polar fleece just stretches like that? Well, in order to control it, I place it right next to the fold. It's great for zippers when you're putting in zippers. Then what you do is peel it. And then just fold over right along the tape. And it controls it. Doesn't pull at all. So it's good for any place where you don't want it to stretch. See how it stretches like that? But with this tape, it doesn't stretch at all. Okay. Another reason I'd use it for is, like I said, zippers, or if I want to just hold anything in place. A lot of times when you're doing a pocket, you want to match your designs, and it's hard when you have pins in it because it kind of gets distorted. So what I use is these double-sided sticky tape, which is only 1/8 of an inch, and I place them in different places like this, and then I peel off the tape there, the backing, and it'll stay in place. See, because without it, see how it just flaps off. But with the tape, it just stays in place. So, and you don't have to take it out. It's so thin, you just sew right next to it. And you could just leave it in there. And you just sew around. So it's really nice. See, so you can see I went and put a bunch of tape there and just stuck it in there while I sew. And that way you have a nice pocket without having have to have pins in while you're sewing. So it's really handy to have this double-sided tape. It's like double-sided Scotch tape, except it's so thin and narrow that you don't ruin your machine. If you have a very wobbly fabric and you want to stabilize it, you could just put it on here and it'll stay. And you cut it. Tape. And then it'll give you this nice crisp edge, especially like fabrics, like if you're doing drapes, curtains, and the ends are very wobbly or it's not firm, you could just take this and put the tape on it. It'll always stay crisp. When you're doing Velcro, you know how it's hard to hold it down while you're sewing. So I suggest you just put a little bit of the double-sided sticky tape. It'll stay instead of having to pin it. And so that's what I would suggest you do. Okay, because it'll just move without the pin. But pins often could distort the shape and you don't get it nice and straight when you're sewing. So this double-sided sticky tape is very nice, very handy to have. I always have it next to me in the sewing machine. And I usually have it in a Ziploc bag because it does get a little sticky. As you can see, it kind of things get caught on it. So just throw it in the Ziploc bag when you're using it. Okay, another way you can do this zipper thing is when you have leather, it stretches. And so I put this tape on, put it on, and then take this sticky thing, and then just flip it. And then that keeps it from stretching. As you can see, I don't really stretches, but with this, it holds it in place. It's great for when you're putting zippers, openings of pocket, keeps it from stretching out.